Hello.
Ben, you okay? First couple, but I'm going to run around the room.
Thank you.
Right, so everyone's settled. Just before we start, Ben, yeah. Give us a indication if you have a question. I'll try and get around as many of you as we possibly can. Make sure everyone's not blocking the cameras. First couple, yeah.
Jurgen, I think a fair place to start is the performance of Plymouth today. What was your take on the game?
Yeah, very disciplined performance. Very disciplined. Good. So we knew before when we made the analyze, especially the Reading game, a good side. I think we played differently, for example, to Reading, where it was quite an open game. It was not 1 second an open game today. It was a very dominant game from my side, with not now there were no real chances, 1 or 2 shots, what's normal the longer the game is. But they did everything what they had to do to deserve a rematch, and now we have it. Yippee! And but I said it a few times. I don't think I was. Probably no. And Plymouth is off. Good place to go. Plymouth, we are already halfway on the halfway. So yes, that's it. My responsibility, the whole thing, lineup, performance. We could have done better. 100%. Was really difficult because in the first half, when we had fresh legs, we had clear mind, when we started well, but then we lost too early the patience. That's how it is. Cross in the wrong moment, not crossing in the wrong moment, pass, not really convinced. So more an opportunity than a real offer, all that stuff. We had these situations, a little bit unlucky. 1 or 2 situations, good goalkeeper saves, and then it's a 0-0. So not too cool, but not the worst thing in the world, and of course deserved for Plymouth.
Can we expect a much more experienced lineup in the week?
No idea. It's in 2 weeks, right?
No, I meant in the League Cup in the week, the next game.
Oh, yeah, that's only in 4 days. More experience? I have no idea. Yeah, probably yes. Okay. Pretty likely.
We have got a press conference for that tomorrow, by the way, guys. Any more from the...
It's embargo with this question.
No, it's not an embargo. Anyone?
Yeah,
there we go.
Positive to take the fact that Joe Gomez played the full 90 minutes. Is that really positive?
Yeah, wonderful. But I think it was not the most difficult game in his whole life until now. So, yeah, he did well. He's outstanding talent, no doubt. Was a real job to do, few physical fights. So, and afterwards, then a complete change from a big, strong guy, then the small and very quick boy came on the pitch. Obviously, it was one situation when he struggled a little bit with estimating whatever the situation or judging the situation. So, yeah, what was good. I have a lot of good things. I know nobody want to hear this now, and it's clear. And we are Liverpool and Plymouth, but football is like this, and we tried, even when it didn't look all the time like this. Better decision making in a few situations, and we are completely through. A little bit earlier this, a little bit more waiting for that. That's how football is. And the biggest challenge in football is to play a deep defending side. So maybe Plymouth in this moment is happy about the result. That for sure they are. So they deserved the rematch. I don't know if they can play at home exactly the same defense thing. Probably they can. We will see. Crowd was nice. About 9,000 from Plymouth.
Yeah.
Sorry?
8,600.
Only 8,600.
Nearly 9,000.
Yeah, and so we're looking forward to it. So that's how it is. I tried something today, and maybe I try it again. We will see.
Ian?
Jurgen, when you pick a young team like that and you don't win the game, does that immediately make it a mistake, or is it more complicated than that?
And again, what is more complicated?
If you pick a young team like you did today and you don't win,
yeah.
Does that therefore immediately mean it is your mistake?
It's my mistake.
More complicated than that?
More complicated than that it is my mistake.
The picture, that's what I'm saying, or is it just a mistake?
No. I would say, I don't know if it's just a mistake. I have no idea how you will see it. But it's. I don't think that the lineup was a mistake. But of course, you can see it like this if you want. no, we made mistakes in the game, and that's with especially always with the boys. That the good things they are responsible, the bad things I'm responsible. If you want to see it in a bad way, then I'm 100% responsible. I have no problem with it. I take it even if they would have scored in the last minute a goal. That's how it is. But I always choose lineups to win the game, and I accept that was not in all situations to see today, but in a lot of it was, and. That's really important for us, having games like this where we really have to fight for the result in a different lineup, because we have a long season still to go. We need to change. If you make then that many changes, that doesn't make it easier for the boys. I know this, but they need this experience too. So now they have it, and now we can go.
Any more, guys, before we let Derek Adams come in? Yes, final couple here. Okay, then we'll go.
For the travelling support today.
Nice. Unfortunately, pretty loud. I think, they had a lot to celebrate, but it was much more difficult for our crowd to celebrate a shot over the goal or something. So, no, it was good.
Did you expect Argyle to attack more maybe?
No. I don't think they could, actually. We had the ball all the time. And if you counter attacks, that's how it is. With your own style, you create a few things in the game which you have to accept, but we had to use. There were more space than it looked like, and that were the moments when we lost. If you want the game, because then we could have made the things differently, and so we always waited. And from a specific point, we always waited until Plymouth was back again. So and now, come on, we wait until, and now we start again passing. Oh, it was boring. It was like this, so I really am happy that the Liverpool crowd didn't leave the stadium after 60 minutes or something, because it was not the most exciting game.
Final two questions. Andy Kelly from the Echo, and then Sky. Andy first.
Were you aware that was the youngest lineup ever put on by a Liverpool manager?
Was it?
It was.
Oh, sorry. With Lucas in. We didn't think a second about it. Honestly, we made a lineup because the boys deserve it, because it looks in training like that, and then you can then always think, okay, maybe leave this player in and leave that player in. But we had one or two problems in the last few weeks. Then he has to play too early, too often. No player on the bench had an issue. But for example, Daniel had 3 days not training. Adam played after injury immediately. Ginny played nearly everything, so it was for every player was a reason why he should now not be on the pitch. And Emre had a few injury problems, but that's why he played a little bit less in the few weeks ago. So for him it was good. And at the end it was that lineup, and all the boys deserved it. So we didn't think a second about their age. They are important players in our squad, and that's how we use them.
Okay. Final question, Ben.
Just wonder if I can get an update on Mamadou Sakho. Reports that perhaps there's been some interest in signing him in January. Can we expect to see him leave Liverpool?
I have no idea. And it's really sad that that's your last question. No idea. Yeah, that's my last answer today.
Thank you. See you tomorrow, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.